All right, so I'm going to teach you how to do a proper front split. So to start, you have to make sure that you're not doing it on a hardwood floor, because we're looking to train the front split, not be hardcore and do things that are stressful for the body. So for example, look at this. This is a $37 mat from Amazon. There's no excuse why you can't have one. Always train your front split on, or your side split. Always train your splits on comfortable surfaces. The best surface is actually plyometric floor at a gymnastics facility. The best. But I'm training at home, and so I want something like this. Now, when you think about a front split for a second, there's different phases of the movement. So you have this prerequisitory stretch. It's called a warrior lunge. All right, so this back, the hip right here, the back leg is being stretched like this. If you need to focus on that, there's different ways that you can do that. Just find different ways to stretch that if you need to focus on that. We're also, you can do this is easier. Boom. And knee is over the toe. You can also do it where the knee is behind the heel. One is not more correct than the other, they're just different. So the other prerequisite part of this movement is this part where the hamstring is getting stretched of this leg and the back of the knee right here. Also notice that I'm wearing a certain type of pants and socks. You want something that slides. You don't want to wear shoes. You don't want to have to, inch your heel out when you're doing your side splits. You should be able to slide into it, okay? If you cannot slide, fix it. Figure out what you need to get, whether it's mats or slippery pants and socks. You have to be able to slide into this. So again, starting position is right here, like this. It's about shoulder width right here. It's not stacked in line like this. You do want the foot flat, the heel like this, flat like this. Back here, you don't want this. And this is like karate style, I think. Is it?
Yeah.
Like with the foot's like this.
Right, training for side
This
kick.
is more aesthetic with the foot like this. This is easier. You want more aesthetic in the end. I don't think there's anything wrong with this, except for this just looks better if you can start to train it where it's more flat. Okay, so when you're entering the front split, you have these prerequisitory movements, and you can work those. If you really want to train your front split to high effect, you have to alternate cycles of contraction and relaxation. So again, isometric stretching is a big thing in the stretching community or the flexibility literature. I tend to think it's overrated. You do want extended periods of relaxation in your splits. I don't know a single person who's trained their splits who hasn't put in many sessions and hours where they're just sitting in the splits for long periods of time. But you do want to train your split so that the ultimate goal is complete support without your hands. So you want to be able to slide into it. If this is as far as you can go, you stop. I'm actually having to support myself here. These muscles in my legs are contracting in order to hold me up. If you're always training your split like this, you're not training that control. Flexibility is several components. It's elasticity of the tissue, and it's control, which is a combination of strength and coordination. The strength is right here, and the coordination is certain muscle groups relaxing while others are contracting at the same time. It's kind of like rubbing your stomach and patting your head, You have to train your body to have the coordination to hold this. And you're not going to get that if you're always like this. But you do have to spend a long time in the splits if you want good effect. So there are some moments where you'll be like this, just holding out, hanging out, watching TV, checking your smartphone. And there's going to be moments where you're upright trying to support yourself. Okay? Use rest sets. So in this other video, you can click the link, I explain that rest sets are one of the most important things when you're training your splits. So right now I'm resting. I'm going to show you something else. So here is a plate, okay? So I'm about to revolutionize the flexibility world right now. Isometric stretching, PNF stretching, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, basically flexing the muscles in the lengthened position to sort of mute the stretch reflex and allow you to extend into further positions of mobility or ranges of motion. It's like, in my opinion, that's like trying to squat with just the bar and trying to fake the tension. It's absurd. But people have been doing these type of stretches for long periods of time. In therapeutic settings, it makes sense. When you're training for something crazy like the splits, why would you fake tension when you can just have something to give your body a reason to tense up? So, fuck isometric stretches and start just holding weight. So here we are again, right? Same thing, and I'm having to support the weight. I don't have to fake a contraction of the legs at this moment, okay? I'm just having to support this weight. And there we go. Strong stretches, weighted splits. And this is actually kind of pushing me into the ground too, so it's actually helping. There's my isometric, those are my isometric stretches. And then for the relaxed front split, just ease up an inch or so and just kind of hang out for longer periods of time. Okay? So this is how you correctly do your front split. These are things to think about when you're training the front split. And watch my other video on chair splits, a chair split training routine, which also has lots of tips like this, just kind of spread out throughout the entire video. So start adding weight to your stretches, and that way you don't have to fake the tension so much. All right? So buy my ebook, and that's it.